All right, hey guys, welcome back to True Ball Banter. This week I'm in the middle of two United legends.
You're in for a ride, man.
That's favorite about this.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Come to think of it. Okay, so basically today's episode is going to dive a little bit into Liverpool Football Club. And that brings me a lot of joy, of course.
How happy are you when you saw Liverpool losing over the weekend, man?
Oh,
Yeah, man.
That was bad.
I'm sure you enjoyed it.
Oh no, it was horrible. Especially the first half. So actually, this segment right now we're kicking off is a bit of recap of what happened. So we quickly go through the shocking results. Starting off with, what was the most shocking result for you?
Yeah, Liverpool losing was kind of shocking.
Liverpool's lost to Fulham, yes, 3-1, conceding 3 goals in the first half like that. Van Dijk making mistake, Robertson making mistake, Konate making mistake. Oh my god, that's like.
Was it a lackluster performance in your point
Yeah,
of view?
I felt like they were drunk. It was a drunk first half, and then they got a tight slap from the manager.
So it was a reality check on the second half of the game.
Yeah, I think we underestimated Fulham, and also because Arsenal lost to Everton.
Yes.
So it's sort of like
Completely.
it felt too easy a little bit. It's like we wanted a title race last, so we lost.
But no need to push, so.
But isn't it pretty much like Liverpool is like limping towards the finishing line?
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I think Arne Slot probably the only way to motivate this players right now is like, do we want to win this league with just 5 points, or do we want to win this league with like 13, 12 points? It's really on the players. Like.
But anyway, a win is a win. Premier League title, if it's in the bag, it's in the history
Yeah,
books.
definitely. I mean, end of the day, what matters is lifting a trophy. I mean, it doesn't matter how many points you win, is it 1 point or 10 points.
Coming from a diehard United fan.
Yes.
United keep lifting trophies even though they are at the bottom half of the table.
Yes.
We'll
Ouch.
see when they enter the top half. But yeah, your thoughts on the Manchester derby? I didn't watch the game. I saw a little bit of the first half. But yeah, Fabz,
Yes,
what was your thoughts?
Fabz, you go first. No.
I watched the game. Pretty much, United did what it need to do, which is first of all defending well. They created a few chances, but we didn't finish our chances.
Okay.
And if you ask me, City didn't come with his A game as well, so we could have killed the game.
Personally, I think United did well against
you watch
City.
the game?
Yes, I watched the whole game. I was in Mama's shop. It's pretty good. I enjoyed the game. It is quite balanced, but United had a better chances. City had a better possession. United had a better chances. Just there was no finishing from both sides, especially United. We had clear-cut chances with Joshua and Garnacho, and of course Patrick Dogle wasted a couple of chances. So end of the day, I think a lack of a proper number 9 has cost us the game. But once again, we have the summer to rectify that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure about the possession stats. Did you guys see the possession stats?
Yeah, of course. City had 70% of the ball.
70% of the ball.
Typical. I mean,
What about chances?
Chances created more towards United. Actually.
Yeah, more towards United. Clear-cut chances of more towards United. City never created real dangerous chances. It's more like shooting off the ball, behind the players and all. Yeah.
But then to take you back to behind the scene, Bruno Fernandes, without the ball, he's performing very well. Not only during that game, but previous few games as well.
But I think Casemiro played very well yesterday. Yeah, I mean he defended well.
Well, I listened to what Gary Neville said, which was very interesting, actually, and even Roy Keane, when they talked about... Okay, so this is what Roy Keane said. Let me know your thoughts on this. He said that there was no courage, right? And then Gary Neville shared an interesting insight where he said that it's a disease now in the Premier League or in football because of what Pep has done, where everything is very robotic. That means players are so afraid to get out of position because they're going to be scolded by the manager. Because at the end of the game, you'd see all the players were hugging, shaking hands, like, phew, nobody made a mistake, everything is good, draw is fine, we'll take this. Like, they are so afraid to make a mistake that they will take a draw in a game like this. Nobody actually wants to win it. So that is kind of interesting because that is what Fabio Capello was talking about, right? He was talking about how he was thrashing Pep and his system and like really putting him down because he feels he has killed football. So are we seeing that? Because nobody can do it to City's level, and given that City have dropped off so badly, every team is trying to play that football rather than... If you look back at United's history, I did some research, I found out that United is all about that attacking. They will concede goals, but they will attack. They will attack.
Yeah.
They will keep attacking. Doesn't matter who they're playing. They're always on the front foot.
Yes.
I agree with you because during the United of old, even when we have about 2 or 3 minutes left on the clock, we still have hope of winning the game or getting a point out of it, which is something which is no longer be seen nowadays.
True. Yeah.
Even I can safely say within the 70 minutes, I can off my TV already. knowing
And
the
it felt
results.
like a pre-season friendly, bro.
Exactly.
It really felt like a pre-season friendly because you can see nobody's really tackling. Mamouche is taking shots from far, making it look like, and even the fans are like they've accepted that this maybe it's because, but actually United have the Europa League to fight for. It felt like just okay, let's get through this game. Nobody get injured. Don't embarrass yourself, and let's take a point. Let's go back.
Yeah,
home.
just stay away from the media and all. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it felt too cuddly, like both the managers you know what, let's just not trash each other. It felt
Well,
like
if you look at the position when these two teams met actually yesterday, United were technically no longer in threat of relegation. Sad to say that they were once almost battling relegation, so they are quite safe right now. And but they're still not going to go into Europe next season through the league. And City, on the other hand, well, they're pushing for top 4, but that also they still have many other games to catch up. So I think both managers would have felt like there's nothing really to play for. There's no Premier League title to play for. There's no Champions League spots really to contend for, especially on United's side.
Just simple put, it's just like how we are playing in a mid-table type of form.
Yes, exactly.
yeah, because Premier League wise it is depressing for United, right? And then we look at other results in the Premier League, right? Any other stood out for you? I know Spurs, I think they won. Yeah, they won 3-1 or something.
Yes.
Chelsea drew. Nothing else interesting.
Sadly, Southampton got relegated.
Yeah, Southampton's relegation.
Very sad also to see that. They have a lot of talented players.
And Aaron Ramsdale has got a very bad record with being relegated.
He got a bad jinx, bro.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I mean, Southampton from last time, like 07, 08, I remember, it's kind of a fun club, but a bit sad because they'll do well in the championship. They always come up, but then they can never sustain it.
I thought Southampton used to be a feeder club for Liverpool.
Oh yeah, that's why. I think that's why, bro. That's why I like them. Lallana, Van Dijk, Mane, who else?
You name all those players, they're all performing, you'll go to Liverpool next.
They really
Except
Liverpool used to ransack Southampton like nobody's business.
Yep.
It's a feeder club.
I'm trying to think who Man United ransacked. Doesn't come to mind.
Hey, look, Shala.
Actually, who's United? Which club United always go and ransack players?
Nah, Ferguson.
Wait, Arsenal, bro. Sanchez, Van Persie.
I agree, Arsenal.
Right.
Yes, correct.
We
Sanchez.
all straight go to the competitor and whack them.
Whichever players is performing, we'll buy them off.
Yeah.
So I mean, today we're talking about Liverpool's potential 20th league title. Actually, I was hoping to come into this episode a bit excited, knowing that we are 14 points ahead. But sadly, it's still just 11 points because Arsenal drew, Liverpool lost. Liverpool playing West Ham next.
Yeah.
Arsenal, I'm not sure their focus is on Real Madrid, right? Because now I think Saka didn't even play start the game against Everton. Came on in the second half. I think it's Arsenal kind of know no matter how much they do, I think realistically it's sort of gone already, the title.
Yeah.
So if that is the case, I hope I don't jinx it. But Liverpool winning the 20th league title, I think it feels pretty interesting. And I did a quick comparison on ChatGPT, guys. So let me just share this with you guys. Let me know your thoughts because I found this super interesting about how the comparison between United's 20 league titles and Liverpool's, if they get the 20th league title, I wanted to check which team was better. Okay, let's see.
Roll.
Wow, you have really done some good research.
Yeah, I mean, I had to, bro, because I wanted to back it up. I didn't want you to shoot me down.
That's good. This guy's the man, really.
Okay, but thanks to ChatGPT, that's not me, guys. It's ChatGPT. Okay, let's have a look at quick analysis of titles. Titles won, United 20, Liverpool 19. Total wins, United have more wins, 521. Liverpool 460.
You mean throughout the winning season, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Total draws 178, Liverpool 174. Total losses 81, total losses 69. Total goals, United way more, 1,554, Liverpool 1,372. Total against, Liverpool a bit less, 646, and 738 to United. So in general, the analysis is that Liverpool had a better, more robust defense, and this brings me back to the point that United were that team that will score the last minute goals. They will go all out. They don't care if you're better than
Yes,
them.
of course.
They will still go and attack. Whereas Liverpool were a more all-rounded team,
More
where they were
systematic.
I think that it's got to do with a bit of Rafa Benitez style, where they were very pragmatic, and, careful. Whereas United would just go and just bulldoze teams through.
True.
So now, based on the stats I've shared, the stats say one thing, they don't say everything. So, what are your thoughts? Maybe Ganesh, I'll come to you first. What are your thoughts on if Liverpool were to get over the line and win their 20th league title, right? Would you say, what are your thoughts on them equaling United's
Okay,
20th?
based on what I think, like I've just done my own work on this, I think personally, I would say that it's well deserved. We cannot steal away any credit from Liverpool because honestly, when Slot came in, nobody thought that he would turn out to be so well in his first season. He actually did his part and led the team on a good run. And of course, the perspective of them winning the 20th title is actually also was helped by the fact that City faded off this season. City actually dropped unexpectedly from their levels, which we all know.
Apparently, only Michael Owen predicted this. Only Michael Owen thought at the start of the season, around August, he made a prediction that I think City will fall off this season because he felt like I didn't think they could go another season to win their 5th in a row. He felt like
because the record's been broken.
The age of all the players and the injury records.
Yeah, true.
So that means Michael Owen was really spot on in that sense.
Yeah, luckily or unluckily, but he was spot on. But nobody. I mean, I never saw City dropping out. I thought they will still be in a title race. I didn't think they would.
Yeah, true.
They would drop off.
Yeah, correct. So there was perspective of them winning is also helped by Arsenal's inconsistency.
Okay, here comes the Gabe's true feelings.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I really think Arsenal played also a huge part in it for not really. Arsenal have been every season just falling off towards the end of the season. They have improved under Arteta, but unfortunately, when it comes to the games that matters the most, they seem to be falling off the hook and giving the title race in favor of their rivals. So Liverpool were really helped by the fact that Arsenal was a team chasing behind their backs, because even City always had an advantage over Arsenal, knowing that Arsenal, they will slip off eventually when it comes to the end of the season.
But I feel like last season was very unlucky for Arsenal because
Yeah.
you think about that save that Ortega made right against Son.
Yes.
When Son is through on goal, I mean, he's not even the first choice keeper, and then he makes that save. That's the title there for Arsenal. I mean, I was so happy because I'm not a City fan, but I didn't want Arsenal to win because I don't like what Arsenal have become. I felt like they were all about that very pretty, cool playing style. They initially were very tough players like Vieira and all, Petit and all, but then after that they became a very slick team like Nasri, Cesc. Now I feel like Arteta is bullying the referees and like he's like trying to get everything on his side, influencing the referees.
He has become so aggressive. I mean,
Yeah, you see him on the touchline, right, bro? He's
Actually, he's not only on the touchline that Arteta is doing. He if I read myself correctly, even when they go for team dinner or team lunch, Arteta will do something just to make sure that the players are on their toes. So it's like always keeping their players like always on their toes, even when it's supposed to be their rest time and everything. I think Arteta is very he's very hell bent on getting the title in any way possible.
I think because they lost, they came so close last season. I think it's like this season or maybe previously they just want to like just get over.
It's
the
like
line.
it's in his mind for him to win it at all costs. That's how he's doing it. But that kills the beauty of Arsenal actually. Arsenal used to be a very good club. The way they manage their finances, the way they play.
They still also, right?
Yeah,
I
they
think
still
their
do.
wage bill is super low compared to others. The other clubs here.
Yeah, they have a good stadium as well.
anyway, I don't want to blame Arteta because since he came in, Arsenal have definitely improved drastically. In fact, they have. I mean, finishing second, of course, is for us. It's kind of banter, but in reality, actually, it's a good result.
They'll be the first team to finish second 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
which means
Very true.
maybe they should be given a Premier League medal for that.
Liverpool almost did it lah.
Well, Arsenal used to be the top 4 specialists as well.
Yeah,
You
true.
remember those times?
Yes. But they were the only team that went unbeaten the whole season. So
So yeah, I can see your thoughts on the fact that Arsenal didn't really put up a fight, and
Yeah.
this could be Liverpool's 20th.
yep.
I mean, we sort of get the feeling that this is like an easy Premier League title race because of the lack of competition in April and May.
Yes, exactly.
But what are your thoughts on Liverpool equaling United's 20th Fabz?
Actually, if you ask me, it's inevitable where there will be a point of time where Liverpool will equal the title that United has surpassed Liverpool before this.
Even after what Ryan did say?
Well, Ryan Giggs has the right to say it because he has 11 Premier League titles to his name.
Yeah, 11, 13.
Oh yeah, sorry, 13. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he has.
Yeah, he has the right to say that.
In his point of view, maybe he could be right or he could be wrong. So I think it's great to see that. I'm swallowing myself up. It's great to see that Liverpool finally chasing for a title because I feel they were rather unfortunate in previous seasons as well. Because City was a very well drilled
City
team, you know, they were like a machine.
City were just
Actually, to be honest, to watch the Premier League under Pep was like watching like some machine, oil machine and everything.
right.
So it's not like those times where you see United going gung ho and you realize that the last few minutes you see there will be a potential. There's a winner. Yeah, there's a game
true.
changer somewhere through.
So
So Pep has brought something like a well-disciplined league, you know. Like, you know, in the classroom, you have to be quiet and silent, you have to follow everything. So that's why I always look at I personally, of course, I'm okay to see City winning the Premier League, but
Really?
yeah, but as long as not Liverpool. Yeah, but
anything but Liverpool. No Liverpool.
yeah, but then again, they are one thing epitome of Pep Guardiola. One thing, the way they play and the way they do things. And one thing good about Pep Guardiola also, he blurs the lines of all the players' positions as well. That is something.
Inverted fullback. I mean, how many new positions has he created, man?
There's no more strikers, bro. Can you tell me?
That's true. Except for Haaland.
Yeah.
Haaland is normally.
Do you realize when Haaland used to play, City also struggled to score because the way Haaland brings the game into play is different than without him in the starting 11.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So, speaking of which, now let's say Liverpool get over the line, they win their 20th league title.
To me, I feel, as a fan, of course, it's terrible and disappointing to actually see our greatest rivals, equalizing our title. It's quite heartbreaking, but from a neutral point of view, it also feels bad because we have not seen a real fight this season for the title. I mean, of course, we know Liverpool fans always feel injustice or bad because they were so good in previous seasons at the club and they lost the title by 1 or 2 points, and that also with achieving 97 points. So I understand they would take this kind of a season, but just that for fans as neutral, I would say it's quite disappointing to see the title race. I mean, we have watched title races that go down to the last day of the season. So many times Liverpool City.
How many title races did United take to the final day?
Yeah, few.
The one that Aguero.
Yeah, 07,
the one they
08.
lost, yes.
The double season, Champions League and Premier League double also went to last day. We beat Wigan.
Oh yeah, the
Yes.
one was versus Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
That's the Champions League final against Chelsea.
But the title was also against Chelsea.
Against
right?
Chelsea.
Yeah.
But you won on the last day against Wigan.
2008 season, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that those times they were really a proper top two. La. Okay, so let me just get back to what we're discussing so we can wrap up a little bit of what I wanted to ask you guys, which is how do you guys feel? Because I feel great. So to sum up in one word, how would you say it? Liverpool winning the 20th league title.
Bittersweet, bro.
What's sweet about it, bro?
What is sweet for you? You're an embarrassing fan, bro.
No, sweet because seeing other than City winning the league,
Oh.
because they've been dominating the league for
4 years in a row.
4 years in a
Bro,
row.
you speak like this, bro.
Yeah, but still, they are
Because-
also noise now.
Very
So-called
very
noisy
very.
neighbors.
What about you?
Shit! I feel that way.
Okay, that sums up Gabe's comments in today's episode. Okay, so now I come back to that question. The reason why I mentioned about Ryan Giggs earlier is because around 2011 or 2013, Ryan Giggs mentioned about how, when an interviewer asked him about Liverpool's fall off and whether he feared United would ever fall off that badly after Sir Alex leaves, and he said he didn't think they would fall off that badly. And today here we are. Maybe they haven't fallen off that badly because it hasn't taken 30 years. And United are still winning trophies, which is great. Liverpool also did win trophies during that period.
Yeah.
But still, in terms of challenging
Yes.
for a title and really being a top team again, like they once were when they were winning Champions League and they were like in bad. But every other season they'll be in a Champions League final.
Yeah.
Do you think, is it worse now seeing Liverpool win the league because United are not competing, or is it worse because you enjoyed your, when episode 1 we talked about a fan journey, how you guys started out, it was like so glorious, right? And then now the tables have turned so drastically. Does that make it worse, or is it just worse because United are just so far behind? So just take this example. Let's say you guys are not winning, but you guys are challenging. Would that be better, or just because you guys are far off is worse?
Now, for me, of course, it's worse because we are far off from competing. That's the reason. Because for me, if Liverpool win the title, it's fine as long as United had really put pressure on them, were in the title race with them. That's fine. Like in 2009, we won the league, but Liverpool was so close to behind us.
3 points, 4 points.
Yeah, 3 points or 4 points. Even if you had finished the other way around, at least you were in the race. But this time it's like we have 30 points.
Because I have a very different opinion. I would think competing and losing, like how we lost to City by 1 point, or I feel that's worse. Because you're almost there, but you don't get it.
It's like your hands to the trophy, but you're not there.
Yeah.
Right? I understand.
And the other team can celebrate winning a tight fight. Whereas when we won the league, last time when we won in the so-called pandemic season, we won it very early. I think we're the first team to win it with 7 games left. We won it after 31 games, huge margin, and after we started losing, just like how we're doing it now. So it somehow feels a bit not as fun as winning it, like how you guys mentioned on the last day, competing against a big team, a big rival. It feels more satisfying. As much as Liverpool fans won't admit this, I'm so happy I'm admitting this for the first time. It kind of sucks that we are not winning it that way.
But a title is a title, man.
Yeah, I know I'm being picky. I'm super being picky because last time I would have bit your hand off just for a title. But then, and I used
What's the second question again? Is it either not competing, or the other part was?
either not competing or competing. But yeah, I think my question, I didn't put it properly. So to simplify it, just is it worse that United are not competing? That Liverpool are winning the 20 league title when United are not even there to challenge them.
Yeah, of course.
So for you, it's worse, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
For
in my opinion, it's going to be worse because at the end of the day, the die-hard Liverpool fans will always compare where Liverpool is at that season versus where United is at that point of season also. It's not only during the title-winning campaign. And the hardcore Liverpool fans will always compare.
All the 50, 60 years old.
Yeah, we're almost there. Yeah, so they will be comparing, we did better than you guys and everything. So I rather that United be a bit more closer to the title race, or we be the deciding factors, like we win the games against Liverpool and say, okay.
Or like influence the title race,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, I mean, I think in my lifetime, I only witnessed us fighting with United for a title one season, like the 08, 09, right?
Yeah.
Actually,
Was that the only one?
previously, I think we competed in the 2000 with Julia.
Rafa Benitez, when they won the plastic treble.
Rafa Benitez.
Oh, that's Julia.
Oh, sorry, Julio. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. But did we really challenge? Because at that time I wasn't watching football. I wasn't a fan of
I
Liverpool.
don't know. I would Liverpool finish second, I think.
But
Yeah.
I think they were second, but like Solskjaer second. They didn't really compete. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
This-
they were firing on all cylinders and they finished second, I guess.
Then they went and bought Al Hadji Diouf and Bruno Cheru.
Oh,
They thought
star
Bruno
player, bro.
Cheru was going to be Zidane, bro.
El Hadji Diouf.
Diouf is like green boot, one red color boot the other side.
Yeah, I mean, he trashed Gerrard and Carragher. But actually, some of his comments about Gerrard and Carragher are quite interesting. He said that Gerrard and Carragher, like they control the dressing room because they are scousers and all that stuff.
Yeah, they
true,
should
true.
because they are the legends. I mean,
They're the hearts of the club, the
Yeah.
club.
Yeah, I mean, we
they're
can't
born and
deny
bred
that.
Liverpool, right? Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
so let me look at the next part that we're going to cover. Okay, before I kind of said this already, but let me just say it again. Is this one of the worst Premier League seasons ever? Yeah.
All right. For me, what I have noticed, let me read it out. Yeah, it's one of the most. This is one of the worst seasons. It's mainly because no other teams are giving a proper fight, while City unexpectedly dropped off their form.
I don't think you need to read that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, correct. No, I'm just
share
reading.
it from the heart.
Yeah, of course. Actually, yeah, it is one of the worst seasons ever because no teams are really challenging Liverpool for the title. I won't say it's a substandard league title because Liverpool, end of the day, they maintained their standard and they even went better than under Klopp. They went all the way. They played so well. And, it's just unfortunate that other teams actually fell off the league. Yeah, fell off from giving a proper fight.
Can I just add on one thing?
Sure.
Actually, because it's in the Premier League, there's only 2 or 3 clubs is competing for the trophy. So it's generally either Liverpool, City, or Arsenal. So it's very limited when it comes to. So it looks very clear at the start of the season, and as the season goes along, you saw the City is dwelling down and falling back and everything.
Yeah.
So the only consistent team at that point of time was Liverpool, and also Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Which we know Nottingham Forest is definitely going to have their bubble burst at one point of time or another.
Bro, don't say that, bro. Never know, bro. Next season they could do a Leicester.
Yeah.
I was hoping that Nottingham Forest could do a
Premier League.
Leicester, but then I somehow I felt that it's not realistic enough.
Actually, if Liverpool weren't so good this season, technically Nottingham Forest would be competing with the title with Arsenal, right?
Yeah, and also the manager of the season definitely will be the Nottingham Forest manager. If he's not, he's definitely going to be Slot because if he wins the Premier League, he's going to be him.
Yeah, so for you, manager of the season would be?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Manager season.
All things considered.
He said it's definitely Amorim, bro.
Amorim goes to Amorim. Why? Very simple. Because he came in mid-season and he has stabilized the team that is really bad.
In what way is stabilized, bro?
Exactly what?
They're picking up form from where they are. So I feel he deserves. Okay, the truth is, the credit cannot go to him because the managers who have been there from beginning of season and they have done so well.
It's okay.
So
Half to Ten Hag, half to Amorim.
half the slot as well.
But yeah, for me, if I was not a Liverpool fan, I would say Nuno. So I mean,
actually, Nuno
the
is.
truth is, then it should go to Nuno
He
because
should
I
go to
feel
him.
He deserves it.
Slot
Yeah.
didn't. It's not Slot's team technically. So winning the title is still hard. It's not an easy thing.
Yeah.
And he should be rewarded for it. But because of the manner in which they are winning it, where there's lack of competition, because remember how Klopp had to suffer to win those titles.
Yeah, true.
I mean, to win that one title,
Yes.
and then the other seasons actually really compete with. We really came up against a really top City to a point where I think they pushed us to a level where we were like, I think we lost one game and we won like.
But do you realize that whenever Liverpool was challenging City for the title, then the following season they will fall off a bit. Consistently.
There was one back to back lah. There was one back to back. The 08-09 and then the 2019-2020 season, because that's when they won. It's after winning, you always have a hangover.
Yeah, it looks like they drop off a bit.
That's why I think City winning 4 in a row is like, wow. I don't think that's ever going to be done again.
Yeah.
How does it make you guys feel? Because
When United won 3 in a row, it was also a topsy-turvy thing.
Well, Ferguson won twice, 3 in a row.
No. What I'm saying is when United won 3 in a row, so it was a topsy-turvy league. I mean, their performance was not like every time win. There's always a win, then there's a draw, then there's a loss. But generally, Ferguson always picks up the second half of the season.
Topsy-turvy in what sense?
They won't have the consistency of winning like 10 games in a row, 5 games in a row, example like that. They might have like 3 games on the trot, and then suddenly you see out of the blues, like before the international break, they will lose 1 game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they will come back again. So it's like City winning 4 in a row is like they really set the standard. Like even for a sense that versus United, United never start the season very well.
Yeah.
They always will find their form after the 10 or 11 games only. But they can't do it anymore because you see when City already set the bar very high.
Yeah, and this 4 in a row that they won, they technically didn't really compete with Liverpool all 4 times. Right, the last season was against Arsenal. The previous season, Liverpool were challenging for top 4. United somehow finished second, I think, one of those seasons.
Yeah, correct, true.
Right, so technically, I still think 4 in a row is like amazing.
Yeah.
But I want to sort of poke the needle a little bit here because you guys are United fans. How does it feel seeing Pep, win the treble, beat your record of 3 in a row and 4 in a row? How does it make you feel?
Well, it feels
Noisy neighbours.
I just feel a bit blue because at the end of the day, the treble and quadruple is still won in Manchester, so it's okay.
Ultimately,
It remains in Manchester. It doesn't go to Liverpool, so it's okay.
That's what we Liverpool fans can be very proud about. We've actually turned these 2 guys into City fans.
Yes.
Not
They
really.
would never turn us into Everton.
As long there's a...
They would never turn
Of
us
course,
into
Liverpool and Everton are different spelling. We are
That
still
don't matter.
Manchester.
Different
You're from
spelling.
City.
That's the best I've ever heard, man.
We are Manchester.
Wow. Why is your jacket only red? Should be also blue, bro.
I think soon it'll be one half blue, one half red, I guess.
Yeah, bro.
Next time we record this episode, it's going to be bringing a Manchester City jersey. Be supporting City in the FA Cup, probably.
Yeah, as long
I
Manchester.
think that's De Bruyne's. Yeah, speaking of which, as we slowly, before we go into a bit of a quiz about Liverpool and United, which Fabz is going to make us compete with one another. Just final thoughts on, the recent events. Kevin De Bruyne is kind of sort of leaving City. What are your thoughts? Is he in your top 3 best midfielders of the Premier League era?
Yes, I will agree because De Bruyne is one of the revelation for the Premier League as well. Coming into he's actually someone who, no one knows him previously. Coming in and setting the standards very high with the assist rates, and also whoever he partners up with, he creates all the chances that the other players will score. That's one thing I like about him.
Yeah, I think his games, I think he's only played less than 300 Premier League games and he's got 107. He's second to Ryan Giggs, in assists.
He's second to Ryan Giggs in the assist column.
Having played so little games, it's
Ryan Giggs has been there for the whole Premier League.
So, what are your thoughts on Kevin De Bruyne? Does he make your top 3?
No, actually, I never fancied him.
Why?
For me, I think...
He only fancy David Beckham.
Yeah, only Beckham.
But he's handsome also, bro. Long hair.
Yeah.
What happened to Manchester, bro?
No,
okay, who's your top 3 midfielders of all time in the Premier League?
Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard.
Seriously, Gerrard?
Bro.
No, because Gerrard, frankly,
Because he's English.
He England, bro. England.
That's the problem.
Yeah, he's an England fan.
I'm an England fan, I told that. I think 3 of them are still legends for their clubs because of that. And De Bruyne, he's definitely one of the best in the history of the Premier League, but I've never really looked at him in that bracket.
Interesting.
Maybe because what Gerrard, Lampard and Scholes mean to their respective clubs compared to that. Maybe De Bruyne is just one of the star players, It's the
Scholes, Gerrard and
Lampard. What they mean to their respective clubs.
Yeah, Lampard is Chelsea's top scorer in their history. Gerrard is Gerrard.
Yep.
Scholes is like a unique player. He was an attacking midfielder.
He was like the Xavier Iniesta for
and
Barca.
then he became like a Pirlo and a Busquets. Is like,
So who do you think De Bruyne will pair best with in all-time grades?
He doesn't have him in all time.
No, maybe I will ask you.
For me, top 3 actually, I wouldn't have De Bruyne. I'm on your side here.
Okay.
Because for me, I think De Bruyne is playing in a very good team. Scholes also technically is lah, but I feel as a leader, what for me I would say is bracket as a top midfielder would be the leadership qualities lah. So for me, I feel De Bruyne, I don't see much of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong because I haven't really watched him very closely. What I see more is like when he's able to provide in critical moments, like he's gotten assists like in the last minutes and all that stuff.
But just to add you in one sense, like De Bruyne is in the Pep Guardiola mold. So Pep Guardiola always mold all these players to become like machines. So
It's
that's
all
the
about
problem.
efficiency, and I think he's the kind of player that
You can't say that any one of the City players, like, from my personal view, you can't say any one of the City players like really have the flair. You know, like when you go, you say, "Hey, Gerrard is my man, the person who gives me inspiration." De Bruyne doesn't give you inspiration. He's just there. He goes to the game. He does what he needs to do, and he just scores.
Yeah, actually.
he's reliable lah.
True.
Right?
Yes.
He's absolutely
That's
reliable.
just typical of Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola does that all the clubs he went through.
Actually, that's a really good point. I mean, which actually proves our point that why we don't have De Bruyne in our
true.
top 3. My top 3 would be Gerrard, of course. I would say Patrick Vieira. And
Vieira definitely fantastic midfielder.
another midfielder to choose.
Roy Keane.
Captain qualities, Roy Keane, I would say.
Hey, Roy Keane at his prime, he was very good.
Oh yeah, he was a monster, and he was a monster.
Roy Keane, Gerrard, and Patrick Vieira, I would say all 3 of these. I feel they can do everything. I think Roy Keane actually could have scored more goals, but because Scholes was there, he didn't need to be that midfielder. Right? So I would say Roy Keane leadership, Gerrard everything. Patrick Vieira is like athleticism is like so underrated.
Actually, Roy Keane was the person who is, I would say, more like an unsung hero for United.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't claim that much of a credit when he was in the club, because he rather let the other players shine, like the Scholes and even to an extent Mickey Butt as well.
Oh my goodness! You still remember 1999 Champions League semi-final against Juventus? We went to Turin. We were down 2-0 at halftime.
Yeah, he need what he need to.
The treble season, and he came out second half. We're down 10 men, 2-0 down against Juventus. Inzaghi scored both goals, I think, and Roy Keane inspired us to come back. My goodness, the way he 3-2, and the way he imagine that time the midfield pairing for Juventus was Zidane, Edgar Davids, and all those guys.
Wow.
And Pirlo was also there. So
Pirlo was in Juventus in
99, I think so.
No, Pirlo was
not Pirlo. I forgot what. Yeah. So and
I think I know Nedved.
Pavel Nedved was in Juventus, but he
Later
was
on.
later on. Yeah.
Zidane was there.
Okay, that's an interesting thought.
And he covered every blade of glass and won back every ball, and he inspired United to come back. And he got suspended for the Champions League final at the same time.
I think that's really harsh.
Along with Paul Scholes as well.
Yeah, he and Paul Scholes were suspended.
The suspension rules for that's really harsh. Man.
Yeah, but he was one of a kind, really.
Okay, to try to settle this debate before we go to our quiz, let's try this. Final minute of a game, Champions League final, who is taking a penalty kick? You get a penalty, who's taking? What player in the history of all eras is taking a penalty kick?
For me.
CR7, I know you're going to say.
Yes, CR7. No, he has missed for us in the Champions League final. He missed for us in 2008.
So you say CR7 lah. Final minute, you get a penalty to win the Champions League final.
Seriously? CR7?
No, Bruno Fernandes.
Okay. You?
Ruud van Nistelrooy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He's the fox in the box, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He never, I
He never missed a penalty, yeah.
I think he has. He missed against Arsenal, what?
He
Oh,
missed
yeah,
a-
he missed against Arsenal. Bro, what is this?
Yeah, but I still can have him reliable.
Well, actually, true, he's
CR7 still got missed so many penalties. Right?
CR7
For me, I would go with Gerrard now.
Gerrard missed for England. For Liverpool, doesn't miss for
England
England.
doesn't
he
matter,
missed.
bro.
Bro, we're talking about clubs, bro.
Merseyside is a country of its own.
What's the currency again,
All right, so with that, we'll take a short break. See you.
Right.
Welcome back to the True Ball Banter with me, Fabz.
Shashi,
Gibbies.
You think you want Gabriel Heinz? Okay, so we'll start with the next session with some Q&A between United and Liverpool. So I think I will ask you, Shashi, about some of United facts.
Oh my god.
And you get, I think for sure you're going to screw up with Liverpool.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So Shashi, I'll ask you one question.
Okay.
Did you get any prizes for this?
To be confirmed later. Once we get our sponsors on board, then you can get your gift later.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, Shashi, first question. What is the nickname of Manchester United?
Sorry?
Nickname of
Red
Manchester United.
Devils.
Full, correct.
Bro, purposely asking all this, bro.
It's not him,
Just
bro.
warming him up, bro. Yeah, it's credits to ChatGPT. Okay, Ganesh. Who is Liverpool's all-time leading goal scorer?
All time.
Don't come and tell me Michael Owen now.
Robbie Fowler.
Nope.
What? Seriously, you don't know?
Salah.
Yes.
Suarez.
Confirm Salah, bro. Wrong lah.
I don't know, bro.
Ian Rush.
Ian Rush, bro.
Which really? Sorry, bro. I don't know all this.
I thought you know more about your enemies.
You like to banter about the club, you don't know, man?
Bro, I meant that about because I don't know what them, bro.
So you
2-0.
Okay.
2-0. So,
Okay, Shashi.
2-0. Why 2-0, bro? 1-0.
I got
bro.
2 questions correct. I answered your question, sir.
Okay, what was Manchester United previously known as?
Oh, damn. I don't know this, man. Yes, sir, meant Busby. The Busby Boys? Busby
You mean
Boys?
the club's previous name? It was actually Manchester United, previously known as?
Whoa. Wow. Manchester City. I don't know, bro.
Noisy neighbors, no lah. Ganesh, you have any clue? You're a United fan, man. Don't embarrass me.
Previously known as.
No.
Okay.
United, before Manchester United was known as Manchester United.
Okay.
What was their name?
Manhattan Fish Market.
Manhattan.
Big joke, bro.
No,
Wait,
it's England United. No, just kidding. It's called Newton Heath.
Oh, you think he's heard before, yeah.
Man.
You really don't know.
I
eh?
know.
He started supporting United from Beckham, bro.
Other than that, all black. If you ask him who is Cantona, you know or not.
Yeah.
Okay, name me one Liverpool song.
You'll never walk alone.
Sing two phrases of it.
Huh? You'll never walk alone until you get relegated. I don't know, bro.
Are
Really.
you even trying, bro? You don't know, lah.
You only know the first
Yeah.
phrase.
There's a storm coming and you'll never walk alone.
Bro, I don't know what to say.
I feel like crying. Lah, bro.
but the storm part is okay, lah. Not bad. Lah.
Okay lah.
Correct or wrong?
Yeah, correct.
Correct. Oh.
You'll never walk alone. One
You
time.
mind Hantam doesn't
Okay,
get
lah.
correct, bro.
Okay, can you name me some of United's number 7s?
Ooh, Beckham.
Don't
Hey,
tell
you
me
think
the...
a certain number, bro. You can't say this.
Okay.
Why a certain number?
What?
Oh, no, fixed number. If
Okay,
some means you can just
okay,
name
I'll
one
give you
also.
three players you name, but before Beckham.
Before Beckham? Holy shit, I don't know. Eric Cantona.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a lucky guess.
The one famous guy?
I don't know, I know. The long hair guy. Not Bobby Charlton, it's the other guy. Oh man.
Dennis Law?
Ooh, is Dennis Law?
Yep. Not Dennis Law.
Bro, you can't be honest,
Sorry?
yeah, I'm just giving him... Not Dennis Law. What is
Yeah.
it?
George Best.
Yeah, correct.
George Best, yes.
George Best.
So I got 2 lah.
Another one?
Let me think.
England player.
Attacking midfielder.
Yep. Goes by the name of Robo.
So, no, wait. Bro.
Robert.
Brian Robson. Brian
Yes.
Robson, yes. Bro, I know more about you.
Bro, he's giving you all clues, bro.
At least I can still name which Liverpool fan will know just because he goes by Robbo.
Okay, Gaps, I ask you. Who is Liverpool captain before Jordan Henderson?
Steven Gerrard.
That's
Okay,
too easy.
next. Another 2 more that you know of?
You first Steven Gerrard. Clues. What clues?
You want to say me?
I don't have the answer.
Okay,
here.
give clue.
He's the answer.
He has blonde hair. Centre back. Played with Jamie Carragher.
Whoa.
Gerrard got the captain.
Same EPR.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
And
And another one played for United also.
Steve McManaman. Steve
McManaman.
McManaman. Yeah.
Steve McManaman didn't play for United also. Which midfielder played for United then went to Liverpool?
Played for United and for Liverpool.
England international.
England national, right?
Oh.
Don't say David Beckham again.
Played for United then went to Liverpool.
I have no idea.
Starts with P. He's a black player. Black English.
Paulins.
Yeah.
Correct.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So you want one more round?
Go on, last round. Let's do it.
Who was the manager before Alex Ferguson?
Holy shit!
It was Brian McLeod, right?
Oh, was it?
This ChatGPT also played a joke at me.
Do you know? Before silence?
Mr. Bean. I don't know, bro.
Just ask.
After Alex, then this one can name every
Yeah,
manager,
lah.
bro.
Let's see.
Oh, there's one guy I remember. I forgot. Man.
Of course, it's a guy lah. There's no ladies lah. Ron Atkinson.
Ron Atkinson.
Rowan Atkinson.
Not Mr. Bean. Rowan Atkinson. Ron Atkinson.
Oh.
Yeah. So he was the previous manager.
Must be
Before.
Mr. Bean's
How many
grandfather.
titles he won?
He just won 2 FA Cups lah,
You're
bro.
not bad, lah. It's a Ten Hag, lah, bro. You guys had a Ten Hag before
He
Alex,
was a
so
mis-
that means Ruben Amorim is the man.
He
lah.
was the Mr. Bean lah, bro.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's
Yep.
the wrap. So who's the winner, bro? Based on your jurisdiction.
I guess you both screwed each other up. So there's no winner.
Yeah. Okay, so as we look to end this episode, let's just do some predictions for next season.
Alright.
Because this season is pretty much done and dusted. So, yeah, I think for United, you guys will have a bit of hope, right? Because it's kind of a new dawn a little bit, and Ruben Amorim has the
Yes.
charisma a little bit that Jose had when he came to the Premier League the first time. So, what is your realistic prediction for United next season? And then share with me what you hope happens.
Realistic prediction for United next season is we'll finish in the top 4. And I hope that will happen.
Okay, so no trophies lah.
Hey, top 4 is a trophy lah.
Top 4 only is a trophy first.
That's all.
For a long time, Liverpool used to think top 4 was a trophy.
Hey, Arsene Wenger won how many trophies, bro?
Okay, so top 4, and then you also hope you guys can be top
Yeah,
4.
definitely.
Okay, your hope and reality is the same. How about yours?
Realistically, top 6. Hopefully, top 4 lah. But I don't think it's possible lah, top 4. It's very far behind. We're very, very far
If you
behind.
had to choose between both of you, if you had to choose between top 4 or a trophy, which one would you choose?
Top 4.
Top 4.
Because
it's really time
Top
for
4 or
us.
Champions League? You winning the Champions League. Let's say you win the Europa League and somehow you squeeze into the Champions League.
I would say top 4 lah, bro.
No, it's Champions League.
Because generally when you go in the top 4, when you go in the Champions League phase, you get the revenue there is massive lah.
But winning, the point of it is winning the Champions League. Bro.
But yes, correct. If you enter from the starting to the end, then you really make big bucks lah. But let's
He's
say
thinking on the ownership level,
correct,
which is what United need lah financially. you
bro. Liverpool getting revenue about 80 million for Champions League versus United only 8 million, bro, for the Europa League. So where is it, bro?
My prediction for United would be, realistically, I think top 6, like you said, and maybe win a trophy. Hoping bottom half, no trophy. Okay, now we on to Liverpool. So I'll start. My hope for next season is that we can do the double,
Can you retain a title or not?
depending how good City is lah.
If Salah, Van Dijk, All
I
these
think
people
that
leave?
doesn't matter because I think they are actually surprisingly, it does matter. But I'm saying it because I think they probably got at best one more really top season left in them before they start to go downhill. So I would say, I would say hoping that realistically I'd see us retaining the title, hoping we can retain the title and win a cup trophy.
Yeah.
But
Fair and square.
can I ask you, would you think that Salah will stay?
My heart says yes. My mind says maybe.
So Van Dijk is a possible no lah.
No, so far the latest reports is that Van Dijk has already spoken to the media saying that they have already spoken about his contract situation. So looks like good news in the coming weeks.
Okay, that's good lah.
So yeah, what are your realistic predictions for Liverpool and also hope for Liverpool?
I answer for you like Abby. For sure, you will say relegated one.
Unrealistic hope. But yeah, you think Liverpool can win the league?
Realistically, I think they will finish in the top 4. I don't think they'll win the league next season.
Interesting. Why?
Because I feel that this season was a one-off in the sense that other teams were already faltering. So this next season, I believe once the other teams come back, especially City and United are technically dark horses. We wouldn't know after the summer when Emery brings him all the players that he wants, how the team will transform. So a lot of things, and Chelsea also.
Why are you talking like Gary Neville, bro? How can you talk about United at the same breath as Liverpool? They're not in the same league.
I know
The
what I'm
question
saying
is Liverpool, bro, not United.
Yeah, I know. What I mean is, we can't predict what will happen because
Can't predict.
we can't really know for sure what will happen. But I'm guessing
can pray
United. Hey,
You're going to lose subscribers already.
bro. No, for me, realistically, Liverpool will finish in the top 4, and I hope. I hope third division.
I thought you were going to say, I hope we beat them 7-0. Okay lah.
Well, actually, I hope. What I really hope is we do the double over Liverpool next season. That's one thing.
The question is about Liverpool, bro.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I hope they lose to us twice next season.
Okay, realistically, I think next season they will win the league as well.
For 21st league title.
Because you know why? City has a lot of rebuilding to do. And I don't think Arsenal can maintain a sustainable challenge unless they get Krakorous lah.
Even then, they still need another striker, right? Havertz cannot be a backup striker. He's more like a backup number 10.
I don't know what was in Arteta's mind to make Havertz as a striker. Havertz.
I mean, he was doing well for a period of time, but long term, he feels like I know Arsenal fans are going to hate me for this, but he feels a bit like a Nunes up there.
Yeah.
My personal opinion, I think, although it's off topic lah, I think Arteta should leave the club lah.
And then who do you think should come in?
Someone maybe
Jurgen Klopp.
someone who is more talented. I mean, someone who has more trophies or know how to
You
win
mean
lah.
like a manager that's been there, done it.
Correct. Because I think Arteta has done whatever he can. I don't think he is the next
Ten Hag lah, bro. Trophy what?
Actually, yeah, true.
trophy specialist.
He could. Because when Dana came to United, he had a huge rebuilding to be done. Whereas in Arsenal, it's all already laid the foundation for success. He just has to come in and stabilize a bit more.
Really? I thought
Tactics.
Arteta laid the foundation. Oh, you mean
Yeah,
Ten
what I
Hag?
mean is
Okay.
the team's really ready for the challenge for title.
Actually, to be honest, right, you all should look at the Italian league and all the managers they have there. All the managers in the big clubs are all Italian, So I think English Premier League should actually look into
Maybe how should go to Arsenal.
English managers lah. Like
If
Eddie Howe.
all goes well, maybe David Moyes lah.
Hey, Moyes doing well, bro.
Yeah.
Much better than of course lah.
Yep. All right, so that's a wrap for this week's episode. It's
See you next week.
not Liverpool.
See you
TV,
next
but
week.
it feels like it.
We are cutting you off.